Good morning, North Texas. It is the second day in May. We've got Andrew here and our friend Dallas from DNA Hat Company. Morning, Dallas.
Morning. How are y'all doing?
Yeah. Now, you do go by Dallas.
I do, sadly.
Okay, but calm down, folks. He's from here. He's a local. he's not from the dark side. All right, we're going to get into some segments today. If this is your first time joining us, again, my name is Andrew. This is the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show, a quick little 20-minute snapshot meant to get you up to date with what's going on in your community, on your way to work, dropping the kiddos off. It's summertime now, right? All the kiddos are out of school.
I think that, but I think I saw some kids at a school down the street.
The unlucky ones, we'll call them. All right. Good morning, everybody. Let's start off with your weather. Last night was a little rough for some of you. We'll get into that in just a minute. Today's 94 for a high, 74 for a low. Tomorrow, 87, 67 for a low. Wednesday, 80 and 72 for a low. Thursday, 87, 74 for a low. Friday, 93, 75 for a low. Saturday, 93, 74 for a low. And Sunday, 93, 72 for a low. Pretty repetitive there. It's gonna be warm. Hold on a minute. Okay, that does say Fort Worth, Texas. This trips me out. I don't know. My computer, we went down to Dilley, Texas, and for some reason, it has held on to the weather information for Dilley. But that was Fort Worth, so we're good. You ever been down to Dilley, Texas?
I have not.
They don't have margaritas. That's all you need to know.
Oh.
All right, let's get into National Day of. These get sillier every day. Today is American Indian Citizenship Day. It's a tongue twister. Coldplay Music of the Spheres World Tour delivered by DHL Day. Isabel Providence Day. June Bank Holiday. These are all garbage. Oh, here's a good one. National First Ladies Day.
That's a good one.
All right, let's click on it. National First Ladies Day is on June 2nd every year. This day recognizes and applauds the unique role Americans leading women played in serving the nation. From actresses and artists to scholars and activists, women have occupied this role, each shaping it uniquely. The role of the First Lady is both flexible and constraining, granting the opportunity to make a change in a high degree of public scrutiny that is often rather critical. It's a difficult job with no rule book or formal procedure, but with great cultural and political significance. Do you have a favorite First Lady?
I do not.
I'm going with Laura Bush for now, or Jackie Kennedy. That's what I got. All right, this day in history, we'll pull up. Come on, you. Anarchist bombs explode in 8 U.S. cities. Operatives of Italian anarchist Luigi Galliani detonate package bombs in 8 cities, causing property destruction and 2 deaths. The future U.S. president and his wife, Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt, narrowly escape a blast, having walked by a package moments before it detonated. That was 1919, this day in history. 1953, a young queen is crowned in Westminster Abbey. In the first major event to be televised internationally, Elizabeth Windsor, 25, is crowned Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom. 16 months in preparation, the coronation hosts 8,000 guests to witness the ceremony from inside London's Westminster Abbey, while millions across Europe watch on live TV. 1962, this day in history, the Battle of Santiago was fought on a football pitch in what would later be described by a BBC sportscaster as the most stupid, appalling, disgusting, and disgraceful exhibition. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Exhibition of football, possibly in the history of the game. The World Cup Group 2 match between Chile and Italy is marred by vicious fighting between the players. I saw something, I think it was France. There was a sporting event just recently, like over the weekend, and their team won, and they torched the city. They burnt cars down. They had to deploy like 5,000 National Guardsmen or something like that. A bunch of cops got injured. Like 33 cops ended up in the hospital. It was really bad, and it's because their team won the game.
It sounds like when the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Maybe not quite that bad. All right, last night you guys might have heard some noise outside. I don't know, this was kind of early. You probably weren't in bed yet, but hail golf ball size and larger in North Texas on June 1st. And then this article by NBCDFW.com has 58 different photos of people showing oddly shaped ice cubes. But if you got hit last night, don't worry. Fort Worth Roots has had you covered for probably about 4 years now. River Oaks. Let's get back it up. Roofing Solution by Hauk, Darren Hauk. And they have been a sponsor of the show for a very long time, and he does the commercial stuff and the residential stuff. So if you need anything for your home, we've got that on our website, fortworthroots.com, trusted sponsors tab, and just look for Roofing Solutions by Hauk. They are the highest rated roofing company in the DFW area. And if you haven't seen this happen before, when we have a large hail event, Dallas, what happens?
Roofers are knocking every door.
I didn't even have to prompt him. He already knew. Hold on a minute. This stupid camera just gave up. It's all right. Hold on. We're going to get that fixed. If you guys don't know, we do video as well. You guys can catch that on YouTube. And sometimes our trusty little camera just gives up on us. So anyway, if you had your house beat up last night and you don't know who to call, we've got that covered. It's Roofing Solutions by Darren Hauk. So we'll have that up on our social media. It's actually up right now. You guys can see the little roofing solution video we put up last night, and they'll help you with your insurance stuff. So it's a nasty moment. Nobody wants to deal with it, but you've got an expert that can help you get through it. So okie dokie, enough of that. Final destination style overpass collapse in Texas caught on camera. Fox4News.com story by Adam Fullerton. The brief: a Texas overpass on I-27 in Tulia partially collapsed on May 27th. The collapse happened after the overpass was hit by the arm of a crane. The overpass is closed with no timeline for reopening. Anyway, it looks pretty damn bad. Don't be driving cranes into bridges, was my takeaway from this.
It's a good take.
Yeah. All right, here's a crazy one. Group injured after lightning strikes canopy in Tarrant County storm. Fox4News.com story by Mark Shaw. 14 injured after lightning strike. Here's the brief. Over a dozen people have been treated for injuries after a Tarrant County lightning strike. The group of 14 people were attempting to hold down an outdoor canopy during a storm. Just let it go, man. Lightning struck the canopy, causing 2 people to be taken to the hospital for care and the other 12 to be treated at the scene. Dang it, man. What we know, Becker said the group was at Benbrook Lake when Sunday storm swept through the area. In the midst of the high winds, 14 people gathered under a canopy which they attempted to hold down during the storm. Lightning struck the canopy, a tree, and a vehicle, Becker said, causing injury to all 14 occupants. Of the injured, 12 were treated for minor injuries and released at the scene. According to Becker, the 2 were taken from the scene for non-life-threatening injuries. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, and then hail. Lots of hail. Yesterday was crazy, man. All right. Your good news story of the day comes from goodnewsnetwork.org, and this story is by Andy Corbley. Shout out, Andy. We want you on the show sometime. We read this dude's stories almost every day.
Very cool.
Electric ferry boat makes historic first crossing from Europe to Africa, cutting energy use by 80%. An electric ferry boat has gone from Spain to Africa and back in the same day, proving decarbonization of straight crossings is possible. The Swedish-made vessel traveled from Sotagran, Spain to Ceuta, North Africa, a 24 nautical mile trip, in just over 1 hour, matching the speed of conventional fast ferries after recharging. The vessel returned to the Spanish mainland the same day. That's pretty badass. So, cool. We got electric boats, and they're real good.
Watch out, Elon Musk is going to come in and start building boats now.
You know, I wouldn't put it past him, but one of the things that he talks about, people were asking him, you know, are you worried about all these electric vehicles that are popping up? You know, your Tesla, you're going to be overshadowed by all these little startups. And he said, no, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
and they'll probably beat me because we put forth all the initial research and everything, and so that hurdle has been removed for these smaller entry companies. So his mindset,
up all the patents, and they do it. If you can do it better than me, do it.
His mindset is just kind of everybody can eat at the table. So maybe he'll make boats. I don't know. Doesn't seem like he's got a lot of time left. He did walk away from Doge, right?
I think so. I think that's official.
Like. And he had a black eye. Did you see that? He says his kid gave it to him. I don't know. I think he got in a bar fight.
Yeah.
SpaceX launches another Starship rocket after back-to-back explosions, but it tumbles out of control. After back-to-back explosions, SpaceX launched its mega rocket Starship again on Tuesday evening, but fell short of the main objective when the spacecraft tumbled out of control and broke apart. And by the way, folks, this is May 28th, so the story's a little bit old, but just wanted you guys to know they don't always work out. They fire these rockets into outer space, and sometimes they cause a big mess. The 403-foot rocket blasted off on its 9th demo from Starbase, SpaceX's launch site at the southern tip of Texas, which apparently is now a city in Texas.
Yeah.
Didn't they incorporate?
Yeah, they officially did.
Residents voted this month to organize as, there it is, an official city. CEO Elon Musk SpaceX hoped to release a series of mock satellites following liftoff, but that got nixed because the door failed to open all the way. Then the spacecraft began spinning as it skimmed space towards an uncontrolled landing in the Indian Ocean. Oops. I don't know. His reaction to failed rockets is pretty excellent, too, because he knows it's going to happen. So
I mean,
he just kind of shrugs his shoulders and moves on.
Yeah, it's a big mistake,
but
you're dealing with rockets that are a lot more advanced than you and I may know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You thinking about picking up some property in Starbase, Texas?
Not today.
No? Dallas, can you tell us a little bit about your brand and what you got going on, brother?
Yeah, so we started a hat company. So what that means is, cowboy hats and ball caps, because you just can't cowboy all the time. We looked at all these companies, and they're great companies. American Hat Company, great company. All these other companies are really good at what they do, but they kind of really own the market. And then I was sitting somewhere in Fort Worth, and I was like, who's in Fort Worth? And, you got Ritchie Brothers. You're paying about $3,000 for a hat there, which is, your average Joe is not going to walk in there and say, I need a hat, and they have it.
Yeah.
And then I started thinking, and then you have all of Stetson and Resistol and everyone else. They're in Arlington and Longview, and then you have American, which is in Bowie. Then you got Bigger, which is in Decatur. And they're all great people, and I've had an opportunity to go meet and sit down with them. However, there's no one in Fort Worth.
Yeah, which is crazy, right?
We're the 11th largest city now, and
Correct.
we are the cow town. And I'm like, we need to bring something here. And so I started research, and I've learned a lot, and I still have a lot to learn. And building it all here in Fort Worth and DFW area is very important to me. So that's been another hurdle that I just finally crossed. So everything's made here. Everything that we want to do is going to happen, hopefully. We launch officially this next felt season. We're coming in with...
When is felt season?
Well, felt season starts in September. Goes till Easter.
Until it gets too hot for felt.
Yeah, until it gets too hot for felt, which, Texas come around Easter, it may be way before that.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of really cool stuff going on there. DNA Hat Company has a dual purpose. It's one, the way I started this whole thing is, it's who you are. It's who you stand up with and morals and ethics and values. So one of the big things that we came up with was, hey, listen, we want to be able to partner with nonprofits. We want to be able to partner with certain people, local guys, and do a good thing.
Yeah.
And that's super important to me.
Be a community player.
Completely.
Yeah.
And because you can't win alone. I don't care who you are.
Facts.
You can't win alone. And it's all about who you surround yourself with. And then it's a dual purpose. When I say that is because prior to this life and prior to owning companies here in Fort Worth area, I used to run the explosive teams for DFW Airport. And
why do they have explosives at DFW Airport?
Well, it's the detection dogs.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, no. And, you'd be surprised at how many 1.2, 1.4 go out the cargo doors for cargo airplanes, not commercial airplanes. But I was working for a company, and I was director of operations, director of training for DFW Atlanta prior to that, and then I was a handler in Hawaii, and then before that I was working overseas. And but I I got to retire my dog. My dog's name is Argo. So I've kind of created this whole parent company and everything else that goes down, and it stands for Dallas and Argo. So, you know, it's someone that has found a lot of really cool stuff and done a lot of cool stuff in his life, and it's a dog. and you know, and that's someone that will love you every day.
Yeah.
And you know, they just want to do the right thing. They want to do right by you. And you know, as much as I'm looking up to a dog, we all do. And like we all have that companion. So when I created DNA Hat Company, I wanted to kind of make sure I tie him in, because he is the one that actually pushed me to where I am today, to get out of kind of that world of explosives and world of government and everything else, and kind of start doing what I'm doing.
We're going to need you to send us some pictures of Argo. Where can people find DNA?
DNA is on DNAHatCompany.com, Facebook, which is my little redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
And then Instagram, DNA Hat Company. And yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Excellent, brother. Can we get you back on the show?
Yeah, anytime.
Excellent. We met Dallas out at McFly's Pub. We meet every Tuesday so that you guys can get together with people like Dallas, other interesting entrepreneurs, people that are creating stuff. If you're an artist, a musician, if you have a business, if you are a social media person, podcaster, whatever, we get together Tuesdays to kind of collaborate. I'm not calling it a networking event. That's a dirty word, and I don't like it. But you guys are welcome to come out. We don't have any kind of weird angle here. We just want to connect you with people that are doing stuff inside the community. So come out, McFly's Pub, every Tuesday at 5 o'clock. We'll do a live podcast recording, and you guys get a chance to hop on with the live audience microphone and plug whatever you want. And I made a decision the other night when I'm editing last week's episode. You got 1 minute. Everybody gets a minute, because we ended up going like 20 minutes over, and I think Tommy Luke was mad at us. So anyway, sorry, Tommy. But yeah, you'll get a minute on the mic, and then after that, we step outside and we do a little social media video where you can shout out your business information so that people can follow you online. And we're just doing everything we can to support you guys. So come out, see us, support the cause, be part of the fun, and get some free advertisement out of the way. Oh, and have a drink. McFly's Pub is located in Fort Worth, Texas, just outside the East Gate for Carswell, I call it, NASJRB, the military base. Easy to find. Just type in McFly's Pub into your navigation. And a big shout out to Fort Worth Float Company, where we're recording from today. If you guys are looking for something out of this world, a great gift idea, or just a wonderful way to relax, I highly suggest these deprivation tanks. You can go to fortworthroots.com to see information about Fort Worth Float Company. You can also go to our Instagram and click on our bio. We have a link there to a really good deal. He already has great deals because it's a locally owned business, and they keep their overhead low. But you can get an even better deal by going to the Fort Worth Roots Instagram, clicking on the bio, going to the link, and seeing what kind of deals he has prepared for you. And I think there's actually more deals for Fort Worth Roots listeners than what's listed there. So you can call in, talk to Kevan at Fort Worth Float Company and say, hey, I heard about it on Fort Worth Roots. What kind of deals do you have for me? And he'll get you set up. So, okay. I think that's everything we got.
Yeah.
Dallas, thank you so much for coming out this morning. I know this is early for some folk.
Yeah.
One more time, where's the best way for them to find you?
DNAHatCompany.com, or all the socials is just DNA Hat Company.
And we'll have you this Tuesday at McFly's?
Yeah, I do have a checkup with surgery, so as long as everything's going well.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, folks, thank y'all so much for listening to this episode. If you would like to have your event or whatever you got going on, if you want to have something played for you on the Fort Worth Roots podcast, the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show, you can email us, media@fortworthroots.com, or you can send us an audio clip through Instagram, and we will play it on the show very quickly. We do this Monday through Thursday for you guys. So anyway, check us out. Thanks again. As you float through outer space on the back of a giant sea turtle, we hope that you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. Till tomorrow, folks. Good day.
Let go, 'cause dreams do come true. And here comes my great day in the morning. My great day in the morning. Oh Lord, oh Lord.